All right. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Fantastic.
Welcome to Therapy of the Absurd, episode 56. We're almost 60, everyone. We're almost 60.
Wow.
I feel it in my back.
That's interesting.
Yeah, like I didn't know that was why, but now it makes perfect sense.
When you have a baby, one of the places, the first labor pain I was told, and I experienced it, was in my back. And I asked a mentor at the time. I said, "Well, how will I know?" She said, "You're gonna feel it." Thursday, April 25th, 2002. The first thing I felt was something go up my back, and I was headed to get pictures taken of my belly, as a, so that we could all prove that I had actually given birth to this child that I just didn't, when I came to my college homecoming at Tuskegee, they could all believe that I actually had given birth. So I was like, I'm taking these pictures, labor or no labor, contractions or no contractions. I'm going to drive this 5-speed Isuzu Trooper, big old black truck, over to this girl's house.
So she can take these pictures
of my belly. And all I'll say is, because he was expected a week later, his due date was the following Thursday. So I was like, maybe this isn't real. So and because they were far apart, they weren't the close, like, contraction. I mean, labor is immediately happening. I went on, we took pictures. I got in every position that she told me. And I had a doctor's appointment. I said, well, let me call the doctor's office and just let them know I'd like to come a little early because I'm already out. And I was just like, hey, oh, by the way, I'm having labor pains. I'd be like, oh, well, you should just go straight to the hospital. I said, today? I got stuff to do this weekend. I thought the baby was coming next week. I didn't.
Like on account, like the baby already had it in their planner, and they had been informed of the specific date.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's labor. You had a labor pain up your back. You had a labor pain.
Dang, I feel it. I did a throwback this week. I went grocery shopping and I got like Jell-O cups. I got bologna, American cheese, white gluten-free bread, tomato soup, like those little icy pops are like the long sleeve icy pops. You just and it comes in a sheet. You just throw it in the thing, but everybody gets the blue and the pink one. I got all of those, and y'all, what I realized, the Jell-O is too sweet for me now. Bologna and cheese sandwiches taste like absolutely nothing as an adult. So I am just waiting for I feel like my little freezy pop is going to be the one thing that I could say, like, okay, this is actually good. But I'm like, my blood sugar high. Like, I need to go to the doctor. I was dizzy.
Girl, what do I miss most as an adult? Little Debbie cakes. I'm like, I feel like if I see a little, because my favorite were the Swiss cake rolls and the oatmeal cream pies. Man, in college, I chowed down. What are you saying? Right now, I think if I look at one, I have a stroke. Like that. I'm like,
they're so sweet. Like when you don't eat as much sugar, like you just like I got a strawberry Jell-O right now to kind of get me on over, the podcast.
We need to find out if they're a healthy Jell-O. Is there a healthy version of Jell-O?
There's a 10%, but I always am like, whatever you had to do to get to the 10 grams of sugar ain't going in my body.
Right. Well,
and then sugar, and I'll drink a bunch of water, and we just gonna pray that I pee it out.
Right. All the other things that's in there on the ingredient list besides the whatever. Because I learned one time that in the factory, like Kool-Aid is made in a factory in Chicago. And when I learned that they had to wear like goggles and gloves and all kind of stuff to make Kool-Aid, I'm like,
wow.
But we drinking that? Like, right. And you can't touch it? Like, it's flammable? It's what? Anyway, I don't know when I'd have had some Kool-Aid.
It cleans the car engine?
Yeah, that again. Be good, but it's like
cleans the car engine.
Right.
Like Coca-Cola.
Like Coca-Cola cleans battery tops and battery connectors. Man.
I can't imagine what that shit does inside your body.
I mean,
it's cleaning you. It's just cleaning you.
It's a detox. What is it? It's like a vampire facial for the inside of your body. That's
right.
Getting
all fucked up.
Oh my God, Stefan, what about you?
Wow, so many adventures. We finished moving out of the apartment. It took about almost 5 days. We finished yesterday into today, 2 a.m.
I'm sorry. I know that feeling.
Somebody give me no coffee, please. I don't want diarrhea. But no, seriously. Yeah, that was fun. And we had to put the dog up for a few days because how the hell are you going to move from two places where you got a dog fucking running around?
Walk me, feed me.
I'm going to take a noose right here. No, you're not. Oh, wait. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Like yesterday or this morning, right? I wake up. I'm good to go. I couldn't figure out why the dog was hiding. I got out of the room. Like, what the hell? I hear some faint breathing, like hiding somewhere. I go to like open up the blinds to the left of me. But a good thing I was like aware. I look down. Whoa, a big ass turd on the floor.
Oh no.
Right? I didn't have any slippers on.
Oh.
Ooh, you ever squash that shit between your toes?
Oh! Never, ever.
Woo! It's a party, man. It's a party. You don't want to go to that party, though. You won't go to that party. That's not a cool party. That's the Dookie and your toes party. That ain't fun. No. So, that, of course, that had to get cleaned up. But, man. And then she came back smelling like she swam in the LA River. And who knows what else, man? Damn, she smelled really bad. And she's like clawing at the door. Can I get up in the bedroom? Come on, let me sleep in the bed with you, Daddy. Hell no, you can take your ass out to the living room.
Yeah,
get to stepping. But we finished, and we're almost done. The patio though is literally barricaded. So if a zombie apocalypse starts like within the next 30 minutes, we're good.
Oh.
We can't get in the patio.
They can't come in that way.
Yeah, it's blocked off. And just trying to maintain sanity, just like everybody else. I just gotta keep it together.
You got this, Stefan.
Oh yeah.
There's so many people trying to keep it together right now, and I think it's really important everybody is honest about like how we're feeling, what's going on, how it's really affecting us. Heard about Miss USA that jumped to her death from the 29th floor, suicide.
29 floors?
Yes, she was only 30 years old. She was a correspondent for Extra. Her family spoke out and said she was suffering from high functioning depression, but she was going out putting on that happy face, acting like everything's all right. And I think it's good, like, to sometimes say, like, I'm not all right. I'm really tired. I work.
I need help.
Like, I'm trying to keep my mind together, but it's a struggle because I'm going through real life problems. I think it's important for us all to make each other aware of the truth.
Yeah.
I totally, like, at my doctor's appointment on Tuesday, I had an annual checkup that was, 12, I think it'd been, what'd she say, 18 months, because the last checkup was by phone in 2020. But she did a little survey about depression, and it's tough. I have to admit, for whatever reason, it's not easy to answer those questions honestly. And also because a lot of our lives, to me, have a certain dichotomy. Because on the one hand, I love comedy. I'm doing comedy. I'm writing. I'm doing shows, whatever. But on the other hand, I'm tired a lot. I don't feel like doing anything. My apartment has been a mess perpetually for a whole lot of months. Like, I'm stepping and trying not to fall. I was like, don't fall on anything because you don't want them to find you dead in here. You fell off the heater and broke your fucking face. Like I'm having a, but my doctor, I tried to answer as close to honest as I could. And she was like, okay, so she literally said, so you're moderately depressed. Here's a number. Call this number. She, who was my doctor forever, she was just like, I called them during the pandemic. She said, I was really having some problems with my own daughter. I felt some kind of way. I called them. They were very helpful. So I literally have this number. In fact, I will go somewhere and I'll type it in. It's a mental health hotline. And she told me they were very helpful. And I have been like, literally, y'all, when we finished with my pap smear, she just ripped off like a little bit of the little bed tape and wrote it out for me. Just so, because I didn't have, and so this thing is real. Because she asked me about the Miss America thing too. Because I don't know if I was aware, but she asked me about it in the doctor's office. And she's been my doctor for years. And we've actually she gave me like ice abuse, something like she gave me like a, what do you call that? Like maybe an antidepressant. But like, I felt like it either made me really, really keyed up or lethargic. Like I couldn't, and part of this whole journey with dealing with anxiety is it's the patience to say, okay, well, when should I take it? Let me figure out based on how my body, like that's not there because you just, I may be high functioning depressed, but I know what this is. So I know when I can get stuff out of me. But if I start taking pills and then I'm tired, like then I'm gonna be agitated. Like it's almost like it's a hamster wheel, right?
Oh yeah.
You're trying to know when you're gonna be okay.
Oh
so
yeah, it's an experiment.
It is. It feels like an experiment. It's not a patient process. Admittedly, what was very helpful when I caught COVID was I actually got back into my meditation practice. And I think last week I got off track. Like last week was the first week off track. So I'm like just working to get on track. But I'm going to call this number tomorrow so that I can report back the next time we're together to all the people. And I'm going to put, I'm going to go over here to Facebook and type it in case there's anybody that knows anybody that knows anybody that might.
We all need help. It's just
love.
Gotta have it. It takes a lot to, ask for help. Whether it be ego or pride or just shame, you're just afraid. You just gotta reach out, man. Life is precious. You have a not to be too frank, even though my name is Stefan, but they have millions of sperm that go to the egg, man. Okay, we're just gonna put it out there. They got millions and millions of sperm that go to the egg. There's one that gets in there, unless you're unlucky and you got to share the womb. With 3 or 4 other people, it happens. Octomom. But so to even be alive, you won the lottery.
Right.
And so you just got to really count your blessings, be fortunate, be appreciative of what you got, and just seek help if you need help. Don't everybody needs a little help.
Yes, we all do. And at the end of the day, I love that your doctor evaluated your mental health along with your physical health.
Right.
I understand what you're saying about not being able to answer questions honestly because you feel both. It's like a range of feelings. And so, yes, I feel this, but I also feel that, So I get that. But I love that they kind of let you know where you're at.
Right.
I would say with my mental health journey, they offer me medication. They always do. Like they've offered me medication 3 separate times, and I finally had my real therapist this week. But they were very clear after I was like, well, can I wait until I do some talk therapy just to see if some things work first before I try medication? Because I'm kind of weird about it. But if I need it, I will take it. And they were like, oh, yeah, we recommend that definitely. So like, if you feel like it doesn't feel right for you, like totally, you can always think about talk therapy or even going to a psychiatrist and trying to see if they can adjust it since you're just suffering from a mild case at this time, which also they say is very normal because it's so many things that we don't know. And we're coping with a pandemic, trying to make life work, and especially the perfectionists in the world and the, people that need security. A lot of people are struggling with depression and anxiety. And so it's very treatable. But sometimes it sneaks up on you, like it snuck up on me and I didn't know I was suffering from it. But if you know you don't feel right, you deserve to feel good. So just give yourself the benefit of trying to get help.
Yes, definitely.
I'm trying to get right. Because the other thing is, we do. And also before as we introduce my sister, we're not live on Facebook. Does anybody know?
Yeah, unfortunately, I found out today somebody, and I don't know who, decided to flag it. And so, and so I have to investigate and call them and see why they won't let us post the damn podcast on Facebook. Not on YouTube or
so we're good on YouTube.
YouTube we're good. Twitch we're good.
I remember. I forgot about Twitch. I don't know
and
why.
And then we're on Twitter as well.
But we're not live. Are we live on Twitter?
Yeah, we're live on Twitter.
Oh my gosh, gosh. Okay, so I need to. All right, I'm just gonna explore.
Sorry, I should have said something. That's my bad. But yeah, Facebook. It will not. I have to call them and figure out what the hell's going on, or I don't know who or how, because we put up so many damn things before, and now somebody has a problem.
All right, and I apologize. I was trying to open the YouTube, but the sound was on, but I heard you. So we're live. And I don't know why I can't remember Twitch. Listen. So, my sister is saying it's staticky, but we're gonna bring her up. We're gonna trust. We're gonna believe. We've got internet Jesus on the case on the ready. So coming to the stage, because I've been hosting a lot on Clubhouse, and I've been I didn't have to full on host, but I did my thing last night at Flappers. So I'm so used to saying coming to the stage. Woo. Okay, so coming to the stage screen is a comedian that is NOLA to New York back to NOLA, and this month will be back to New York. She is incredible. Nigerian parents, but raised in Oklahoma, born in this country, raised in Oklahoma, made her way to New Orleans, the Big Easy, one of the best cities in America. Met this comedian actually on Clubhouse, has high energy and just thinks outside the box and just has jokes that abound. Please welcome to the stage. We call her Comedy Chew. Woo!
Woo! Yay!
Chew.
Welcome to the stage.
All right, Chew, how's it feeling? You look good.
Oh my gosh, y'all.
Okay, so it's we can hear you.
I love regular Jesus. I'm not sure if I believe in internet Jesus.
Okay. I got you. The connection is so. We're gonna see if we can rock with it. I know. And but here's the thing. So while you try not to believe in internet Jesus, you better find you a internet Buddha, an internet God, an internet Allah, an internet somebody, so we can get you loud and clear and perfect on this thing.
Yes.
You don't have to mess. You could choose another. There's so many internet beach new. There's a whole lot of folks.
Yoda,
Yeah, internet Yoda. You could.
Baby Yoda.
He was wise.
Say that, Victoria.
I said he was wise.
Right. There is no try.
Right.
Yes. All
right, Chew. So, Chew, just to start off, we were in a room today. It was raining. So, how's the weather there in New Orleans in the Big Easy?
It's been raining all day, but you know what? It's hard for me to complain about New Orleans weather because people have real winters. And whenever I say oh my gosh, I have to wear a light jacket the third day in a row, they're like, I'm I'm shoveling snow. There's no sympathy. So it is lovely compared to most of the country. Not LA. LA is supposed to have perfect. So how is it where y'all are?
It's cool at night. All of us are in different parts of town, I believe. I'm in Mid City. Victoria, you're in the Valley. Stephen, what part of town?
I'm in Torrance. Yeah.
So you guys, we all have, to be honest with you, we all have very individual weather. So I'm just gonna say it's been mild, cool at night, nice in the daytime. Everybody else?
Way the hell too cold. At night.
Same. It's like in the 60s during the day.
As soon as it started snowing in New York, I was like, oh, it's appointment only. I'm coming back, but I can't really do cold that much. But
yeah.
But I feel great. I feel great right now. Can y'all hear me though? It's for the testing.
Oh yeah.
No, we cannot.
We can hear you. It's giving us the blues, so it's trying to mess us up. It's trying to mess with us.
I agree. Snow is not fun. Really crazy snow weather is not fun because you get frostbite and shit starts falling off.
True. I mean,
hey man, I'm just saying.
I don't know. If you value what you got, you better cover it up. You walking outside and it's all naked, then maybe it needs to fall off.
Right.
Come back in the house. Your mama that's what you get. I told you.
That's why you lost your nose. Yeah. Should have stayed inside. That'd be horrible, right?
That was so bad.
That's why you obey. Yeah.
This is so fun.
make sure nothing else on your. I know you're on your phone right now. Make sure nothing else is running. Make sure that no other app is running. Make sure that the only thing running on your phone is this. And everybody, big smiles. Right click. I'm gonna get us a screenshot.
Okay.
All right, one more. You gave us the no T smile too.
Oh, so you think maybe you think something else is maybe I'll take it off my computer. Is that any better? No. Is it still as bad? Is it the same? Oh, so
there's like it sounds like there's a gremlin.
Interview,
like it sounds like there's a gremlin in there with you. That's
horrible audio quality.
Oh, you know what? Do you have headphones?
There's a gremlin.
That's what I heard. Like if you, I know we said earlier that they weren't mandatory, but if you have them,
let me see. I can.
Okay, that might solve it.
If there is a gremlin,
I was just saying, like I was trying to cut you a break. Like I know how it is. Like even though I have my Bluetooth speaker right now, my headphones are actually in the car. So I was in my head. I was like, I don't want anybody to feel.
I will say that though. I love the Gremlins movie. 2 is okay, but 1 is amazing.
Wait, can you hear me now?
Oh
much
my
better.
Lord.
Gosh, yes.
We can hear you.
It does ask you to put your headphones on. Okay.
And now it's my fault because I was like, well, it's not
Thank you, tech
mandatory.
support. Okay.
Clearly, man, it is mandatory for.
Yes, now we cooking with grease. I love it.
Isn't that some shit, right? You either get transferred to the Philippines or India when you make those calls. I think I know what your problem is, sir. No, you don't.
Oh wow, so much better, y'all. I'll be honest, that was horrible.
It was just a challenge in focus and mindfulness. You just really had to pay close attention and give you undivided attention.
Oh well, good, yay!
Thank the internet gods and.
But yeah, now we're good. We're good. We're all set up.
Yes.
So, Comedy Chew, what is the comedy scene like?
Oh, this is great.
In
Thank
New
y'all
Orleans
for your
right now?
patience.
Of course.
What's the comedy?
I will tell you because I've been spending most of the last few months in New York. I've gotten back here. New Orleans has one. Well, in New Orleans, I'll be honest. New Orleans has, in my opinion, one of the best comedy scenes anywhere. And that's completely unbiased, just all facts. No, just because it's very supportive. There are so many different types of folks doing comedy here. And people really do support and encourage each other. Like other comedians support and encourage each other. The community encourages stuff. And we have like an amazing festival. Actually, we have several amazing festivals. But like we have Black Girl Giggles Comedy Festival. So, Black women doing their thing. We have improv festivals that also have a lot of women of color, a lot of Black women do their thing. And just in general, if you come to New Orleans, you can expect people to really be excited about you being here and to be really supportive of you. And I thought that was the default until I realized you can go somewhere and, that may not necessarily be the case. But yeah, it's very supportive and people want to have a good time.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I remember doing shows when I was on tour when I used to play music, and one of our favorite places to play was New Mexico near the Indian reservation because they were just so happy to see you. And then you get back home and everybody's like,
like just as a human, not even like, oh, and you play music, bonus.
Oh yeah, Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Definitely some
cool.
places in LA.
So what's everyone's background? So everyone's does comedy.
Okay. So I am
absolutely. It's very cool.
I've been a comedy that was backsliding for years, and then I came to comedy, and they say that what they say is that in the church that the church is married to the backslider, but in my case, comedy is married to the backslider, and the backslider is me. So I got serious about comedy in October. So comedy and voiceover and one day, being on television are my dreams. But my background is kind of all over the place. Like today I was tutoring math, and I tutor math, I teach chess, just whatever somebody will let me do as long as they're writing checks for it. And
That's all right.
I'm grateful. Voiceover was a dream that came true, so that's part of what I do. And that's it. I mean, born in Huntsville and got to New Orleans when I was 12 and did my middle school and high school years there. Spent a year at Tulane University before transferring to Tuskegee. But my twin sister is a graduate of Xavier right there in New Orleans. And I definitely still consider New Orleans a big part of home, whenever we travel. So, and that's it. And I just love comedy. Yeah.
I want to go to New Orleans. I want to go to the famous place with the beignets.
Oh, the Cafe du
But I
Monde.
love it because you did comedy when you were in New Orleans. What was your opinion about it?
Well, so it was very different because we were in and out, and that was an opportunity that you helped make happen, Chu. And it was awesome. Because doing and being a comic in New Orleans was different than everything else I had done. All the other years was just spent in high school doing whatever. But it was fun. That experience was very particular and awesome because it was all women. It was all women of color. It was kind of right there in like this kind of uptownish broad area. I don't know, like I feel like that part of the city. When I grew up in New Orleans, we grew up in the East, in New Orleans East. And when I went to high school, we were in New Orleans East, and we would go like obviously uptown for Mardi Gras, watching parades from St. Charles, certainly Mardi Gras parades, and you rode the broad bus up and down Chef Tour. Who doesn't love the French Quarters? I remember when they built like the mall that's on the Mrs. like Jack's Brewery, like all these things. But coming to do that show was fun. I wasn't able to get the word out to more friends that are still there. And I really had no idea what to expect from doing comedy in New Orleans. And that was a very eclectic and kind of different experience. The venue was different because it had this kind of living room-esque, like vintage furnitured spot. I think they had trans stuff going on in the next bar because I know people got to know that that's a big pride community in New Orleans. There's a huge pride, always has been, like long before I even knew, and I say this, before I even knew or understood what homosexuality was, like that there's a huge pride. I didn't know what was going on in New Orleans. I didn't know what any of that meant. And so I remember there were some drag queens or something getting dressed to do something in like the next space over. It was very cool. I just pray for an opportunity to come back because the girl who did that show and who runs that festival, she was in Memphis when I was at that festival. And so she's saying that she's toying with having her festival as opposed to having it when Essence is in. She's toying with having it in May or June. So I've had my eyes open to see when she's calling for submissions for the festival. I know the folks, the Black Women in Comedy Festival in New York had open and then closed submissions, but I haven't seen where. And I don't know why I can't think of the sister's name who runs that, but we said we broke bread in Memphis because we didn't really get to even meet that night. But it's just I loved the night that I was in that room because we were all so different. We were all so different types of women. And then also Shep Kelly. I don't know I'm sure you know Shep Kelly. Yes, the comedian from there. Very, very butch from there in New Orleans.
She's amazing.
Shep came. Shep I ran into at Memphis, and Shep came into the room the other morning at the end of the women's mic. I think on, I guess yesterday, Wednesday. So I'm just looking forward to getting back where I can have a chance for it to breathe. And also my prayer, maybe one day, I don't know how I will do it, is to see if we can have one good comedy theater in there, like not like the way we have these great comedy theaters, and it's like they need a Laugh Factory or something there, even if it's a Laugh Factory like the one in like not Long Beach, I haven't been to the Long Beach, I've been to the San
La Jolla one.
The San Diego one. I've been to that.
That's the La Jolla one. Yeah.
Oh, that's La Jolla. Okay, so the San Diego one is got it was around the corner from this other place. It's still got the brand, but it's a smaller room. But you still have this. And I feel like that would be perfect for New Orleans because like right now, like the Fox Theater, some of those places are bigger theaters for bigger comics. But I think we could get us a great show if there was a Laugh Factory or even just one or two kind of respect a Zanies or some of these other chains, even if there was an Improv there, because the Improv is not a huge room, but it's a respected room. And my thinking is, I wish that in New Orleans we had some of those branded spaces like your Zanies or your, like I said, your Improv, your Laugh Factory. And there's only a few Laugh Factories. There's what's another comedy but I think that's what New Orleans needs for your mid-level kind of comic, so that everything doesn't have to be like an earthquake or Dave Chappelle coming to the Fox Theater.
Interesting. That's pretty cool. Like, I've only been to New Orleans one time, but I will say it is very eclectic, and it is very much, each room has its own flavor, and it's a lot of artistic freedom going on in there. Now, Chu, like, I'm curious with you, because you're a writer, you're a stand-up comedian, you do radio, like, you're doing all of these wonderful things. One, what brought you to stand up? And two, are you able to balance a personal life with all of the stuff that you're doing, and how do you balance it?
Oh, I guess, do I balance a personal life? No, unless my personal life is comedy. But yeah, I know they're always like, how do you balance it? I don't. I lean heavily on what's important at the time, and I make it through, and then I pivot and I lean heavily on the next thing. But but it is interesting because I've now found ways where where I can make them complement each other. Because I find out that, like, sometimes when something is completely off balance, it's good to lean into that and get it together. And then it's a lot easier to add on whatever else you're doing. Like, the more sort of organized you are, even if it's not a balanced organization, even if your plan is to have one, dominate, but the more organized you are, the more you're able to juggle all these different hats. And the more I do it, I actually realize they're not different hats. They're different facets and different mediums of the same thing. Because all of them are just ways of me expressing certain ideas, concepts, and sort of figure out my truth in a way. Even if they didn't actually happen. Like, what's that Mark Twain thing? It's like, I don't care if it's actually happened as long as it's true or something. And so I can do that through the platform of the radio. I can do that through my various writing forms, whether I'm writing music. Oh, I love that. Yes. But I can do that through comedy. So when I think of it as the same thing, and it's just different mediums for me doing the same thing. And one of the things I love now more than ever is taking something from one medium, like having it be a joke, and then transferring it to another medium. Like right now I'm doing animated sketches. So and then I can transfer it again. It could be a song. It could be a poem. It could be a conversation that's had on the radio. And I think of it now as the same thing, because it's all just me expressing myself. And so and that has helped me a lot in a way. It's not balanced, but it's at least organized, like I said.
Yeah.
But thank you. That's very cool. But I got into stand-up year. But I feel like there's two parts of my stand-up journey, because I initially got into stand-up, or at least got interested in stand-up because I was working on a short film. I had helped a friend out, and we got his short film, or our short film, into a couple festivals, and I wanted to write something else that was about stand-up comedians. And I was like, oh, it'd be interesting if I actually saw what it was, like saw truly what that process was. So it was more, I wasn't taking it that seriously. I've always been a humorist. I've always leaned towards funny material when it came to like acting and theater stuff. And I did speech and debate in college, so I wrote funny things for that. And so being funny on stage wasn't new to me, but the idea of stand-up was. But then there was a second part of my journey, and because I started stand-up in Dublin, and that's a whole story in Ireland. But the part of my journey where I became serious wasn't until I got to New Orleans, which was a couple of years later. And I found there was a community here of Black women supporting each other doing stand-up. And and the girl you were talking about, Dana Geneva, who started the Black Girl Giggles Comedy Festival.
Yes.
And done a lot of other stuff. And Chef Kelly as well. They were folks who, like, when I first got here and they gave me opportunities to be on stage and to really be free to just say whatever, do whatever. And it was all in this community of encouraging me to be bold, and it's okay to like not be perfect. And the thing is, the New Orleans audience, there's locals and there's tourists, and they're so supportive in different ways because they want to have a good time. But it gives you a place where you can grow without worrying so much about, am I going to make it? I feel like in New York, there's industry, and there's all this professionalism. But here it's like people are really doing it. They're doing it for their own personal reasons. Like you're going there because you want to have a good time. You're not going there because you necessarily think you're good. This is the step one to become Seinfeld. And that kind of gives you a freedom to be like, be creative, be yourself, have a good time more than anything else. And some of those things really helped my comedy flourish from an enjoyment standpoint. So that was like, so that is where I learned to enjoy comedy, is right here. And then going back to New York, it's time to grow.
That's beautiful because, you know, when I started my comedy journey, I started it in the pandemic and there were no expectations on myself. I took a class and it was just for fun. I had been taking cooking classes and painting classes, and this was another class I was doing. And I wasn't that good at it at all, but it was really fun to try to keep getting better and do research and try to figure out how I can improve. That's kind of what makes me enjoy doing things. And so it's so funny that you mentioned like,
but when did you fall in love with good comedy and when did you fall out?
Well, the thing is, I'm still in love with comedy. I fell in love with comedy the minute that I wrote my first joke and it made me laugh. And then I told it to everybody and nobody laughed. And I still wanted to keep going because I was like, that was funny. I fell in love with it immediately. It electrifies me every time I do it. I share with Stefan and Dana because we're living in our own authenticity. I was doing it for the fun, but as things progressed, it became a lot more like, well, do you want to do this show? And and then my family started being like, Victoria, you need to like take this seriously. And it was so much pressure. I still loved it. And I still like, no matter what, just being in an open mic, it would feel like I drank a Red Bull. But my doggy died in October. It took the essence of who I am from me. And I have not found my way back to even caring about anything. And so I have not found my way back to my comedy consistently. But I am in therapy just very recently in order to get help so that I can come back to myself. But since then, like I'm numb to life. And so I still love comedy. It still is a spiritual experience. I'm a very, I said the truth. I'm a psychic. I've always believed in the Akashic records, the ancestors. I believe it's nothing new under the sun. Everybody that created anything and the ideas that exist in the world are always around to help us. So I call on the ancestors and I call on the comedic ancestors. I always say, except you, Richard Pryor, if you didn't get your mind right, because I don't want to have a crackhead spirit. But I said, come in and inspire me. And so I will get jokes in the bathtub. I will start a joke and I can't finish it. And they will give me the punchline. It'll just hit as an inspiration. And so it's a spiritual experience for me. I can never fall out of love with it. It's the way I connect with who I am. But I definitely am just not myself. So there we go. And I'm sorry, like spiritual Richard Pryor don't have no.
Absolutely.
No,
you know what?
How does he feel though? How do you think Richard feels about that?
He's ascended.
I know, because I know that wasn't comedy, but it was.
Folks still be in their mess.
It was
just everybody around you.
No, that was when you said that was the Richard Pryor thing, man. That was dope.
Oh my God,
that was dope.
I was trying to stay focused because I was very moved, but the comedy in me. Oh gosh.
But like it's funny, but like I'm dead ass serious though. Like,
sorry.
That's why it's funny because like I'm not playing.
That's what makes it dope. That's the thing. There's all kinds of comedy, man. There's all kinds of comedy because you could have somebody get on stage and just be straight ass serious and say something, and you're just like, damn.
Right, and we're like, that ain't the joke. That's the setup. What are y'all laughing at?
But that's the thing, though, right? I honestly, that's one of the things Richard Pryor said. He said being funny isn't enough, right? He said be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So you may not, whoever it is could maybe not have the best material, but maybe the way their face moves, the way they handle themselves on stage, their energy, and then people just can't look away, right? Even though the jokes ain't the greatest, but they're just like, damn.
That's so true. It's like the it factor. Yeah, and I'm talking to you like I'm talking to my psychic people, my little spiritual people. Like they wouldn't laugh at that. They'd be like, oh yeah, I feel you on that one. But like to everyday people that ain't like conjuring up,
No, it was
the gods of comedy.
It's
They
just
like,
the way you said it.
in, just like selectively pick out Richard Pryor. But like shit,
It's just the way you said
like
it.
psychic friends will be like, did you call out all the alcoholics and the crackheads? Because you don't want to deal with that energy. They would have been saying that. So yeah.
You know what it is? It's because comedy. Oh my God. I'm sorry. But it's like maybe that's the comedy, and that's because comedy, like sometimes laughing, just releasing the tension when you've hit a moment of just truth, even if it feels like absurdity, or even if it feels like it's just unexpected, and that's what that moment is, because it's like you're right, you know what I mean? You're right. It's almost agreement, but it's the way people agree with something that's just so wild, but so on point. And that's what that moment was. So it was a respect of that moment of like, whoa, it's like, and you just release it so you can receive it, which is like amazing. So no, that's incredible. And I love, because I will tell you, in a weird way, there are several people that I connected with on Clubhouse. I guess shout out Clubhouse, that shifted where I was with comedy. Because when I started, me and comedy were not in a good place. Like during the pandemic. I mean, even before the pandemic, like I had a horrible comedy, like comparison. Like I thought, or metaphor, whatever you want to call it. Like my thing was like, I thought of me and comedy as like being in like a toxic or an abusive relationship. Like it was my Ike Turner and I couldn't quit it, So it wasn't like, it was in whatever kind of place. Cause like you give so much to it and you don't get, I didn't feel like I was getting a return. And it was like, and then you're putting yourself out there all the time, and it just feels so empty. It was like, that was my thing before. And then there was a comedian who actually talked to me and was like, no, he was like, and he was telling me about these two different types of comedians. The ones who go on stage and they're all about like the audience laughing. And then this other one is where you're having a love affair with your comedy, and you're just enjoying it, and you're sharing that joy with people. And I realized that's where it was like, it was almost like we're going to comedy counseling. And I was like, let me get back to, instead of it being about the laughter or about the response or about like, like them determining the validation, let me just find stuff that I enjoy and get back to the love affair that I had in the very beginning, where it was all about me, and just, this is stuff that makes me happy. It was more of a selfish, but you're sharing it kind of thing. And when I tell you, it shifted everything, because we went from like, we were about to be divorced, we went to couples counseling, we redefined the relationship, and now it's not the passionate love affair high of the beginning, but there's mutual respect, and we enjoy each other's company. And I'm like, that is a great place to be in terms of moving forward. I was like, I feel like I'm in a mature place when it comes to it. And that gives me the ability to keep going, because if you're chasing the high, then you're going to hit the low every time, because you'll be like high. Then when you're that open, it's like when your whole being is that open to, then, or at least for me, I'm a sensitive person. Then all of a sudden I'm so affected by one wrong moment, by one showcase without the appropriate appreciation, by one festival moment, by one, I'm so impacted, and I was like, this is not healthy. I can't keep chasing the high. But like now I'm like, I'm not chasing the high. I'm like just enjoying the process and recognizing it for what it is and appreciating the growth. And it's very different. And it's so important, because now, especially when I got back to comedy, for me, it's like comedy is for me healing. It is a way of me organizing what my thoughts are. It's a way for me to, it's a way for me to like. I love the idea of me thinking of something that I think only I get, and then being able to share that with other folks. And if there's any resonance at all, it connects us as humans. So I'm just like, oh my god, because you feel like your situation is your situation, but other people, they may not have gone through your situation, but there's resonance because we all share the human experience, and sometimes it's such a blessing to be able to do something where you can have those moments of like, oh, you in your own different circumstance resonate with something I'm saying, or I've made you see something you may not have seen before, or like it's a privilege, in my opinion. But anyways, that's where we are now. I still wearing the ring, but it's but
and that's certainly how we met you. Like, I think
we're having an anniversary coming up, but we're okay.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
That, I mean, I just want to shout out Clubhouse, because that's how I met you, Chu. Like, and I think it's as a testament to what we've all been through in the pandemic. And I think as comedians, we're special people, Stefan, right?
Oh yes, definitely.
Like what's that word? Oh gosh, I can't think of it. We're people. Oh my gosh, like we're resilient. And I think it's amazing how a certain tribe of us ended up gathering together on Clubhouse and like kind of moving together in this beautiful way. And I know, Stefan, I know you don't go on there as much as I know. I gotten you guys.
I'm gonna start getting on there more.
Just as a way to really, and also Chu plug you. Okay. Oh my gosh, Chu has a writing workshop. Talk about the writing workshop. And I bring up Clubhouse. I was just trying to bring it up as a way because I feel like it has been a way station, for lack of a better word, or a waiting station, just because everybody at various levels in the game, we can coalesce there. So we can meet like higher level comics and people who are like, I mean, Tehran is not yet a Chappelle, but we're there and we're chatting it up with the Tehran. Bob Sumner, who is the brains and the icon behind Def Comedy Jam, is doing a once a week showcase. So then, a bunch of us rather, not just a few, are on there. Then, Scott Henry and and Derek Eason, who are these comedians that maybe people have not heard of, but they are incredible road comics who have 30 plus years behind them. And we're in there and we're getting mentored by them. And, and then the Laugh Factory, even though they had a slew of rooms and workshops, but that brand, there's so many, Chu used this word when we were on the phone earlier. There's so many intersectionalities of this experience, of this comedy experience, that I think are very specific to the pandemic. And even our podcasts, Stefan, one late night on Facebook starts chatting. And even though our original composition of a panel has changed, like, Victoria, we met because of your second class. I was in my first class, at least it was your second. So we met in these spaces, and, by a golden rod, a golden thread, we've all been brought together, to do some wonderful things and to keep elevating. So Therapy of the Absurd was born. And I feel like you talked about being in counseling and trying to get back together. I feel like I'm still wearing a promise ring, or maybe an engagement ring. You know what? Just based on our conversation today, Chu, I'm wearing an engagement ring. More than a promise, I'm wearing an engagement ring. We're trying to set a date.
Yes.
For everything, but we've been in a very accelerated relationship, that I'm grateful for. But I think it's just a mix of all these things that have brought us all together and advanced us in these very, very special ways. And Therapy of the Absurd is our child. Like, I think we gave birth to a collective child. But we're engaged, so it's okay. We're gonna get married. It may be a shotgun wedding, but we're gonna get there. But I say all that because I just feel like it's amazing that we're all here, doing our thing and making our ways and coming together. And also, Victoria, shout out to your mom. I miss her. I miss that aspect of Zoom. I miss seeing your mom on Zooms who would come to see you, because I love your mom. But Chu, tell us a little bit about the writing workshop. Because Chu, I know we had this conversation. I'm going to have to on this platform choose horn just a little bit. She's a really fantastic writer. Like her mind is fast and open, and she finds the jokes and the loopholes of jokes in everything. So she has been endowed and elevated to a writing workshop through the Big Comedy Network on Clubhouse. Tell us a little bit more about it, Chu. I think it's coming. Can you hear me, Chu? Uh-oh, are you frozen?
I'm trying not to talk so it doesn't mess up the delay.
Right. That's what I was
trying. Oh, here we go.
That's okay. She got stuck with a smile right there. That was nice. That was nice.
We were doing good. She's gonna pop back on. No, she's gonna pop back on and be up to speed.
Oh yeah.
Right.
No. This is awesome. It's very I guess the word would be what, intuitive? Very interesting. And
yes.
Yeah, I love talking about all things comedy. So
Yeah. And I just want to say, Stephan, thank you for the love. When you get a chance, I don't know if you went back. I put that video up last night, and you were one of the first 3 likes. But I took it down because I know that from an algorithm space, it's not really smart to put stuff up at midnight. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like you want to give it more traction. If you have a chance, like circle back around, give it a like because it's back up. I got up and put it up at like 9 this morning.
Oh, okay.
Which according to all the internet suggestions. That you want to do, you want to post things between 7 and 10 and whatever.
Oh, okay, between 7 and 10. Okay, I see.
7 a.m. and 10. I've done the work. I've done the research. I know that, but when you're the person that's like making it, you just want to for me, I felt excited. I was like, let's just get it out there. I think it's finally done because you end up when you're making the content, you end up with a few takes and you're trying to do this and then you mess up, so you got to start over and then you got to write up your comments and all the things and your captions. Like it's truly a production from soup to nuts. But I got up and reposted it and a couple of things. I had a little day 3 for Black History Month. Plus I reposted them monkeys, man.
It needs to be more than a month.
Huh?
It needs to be more than a month.
Well, of course, we know that. So, and I posted about that too, that we're headed toward 365 Black, Black to the future. Yeah. Black power. We're working. But I think the most important thing is as African American people, that we have to believe it and we have to be wholly convinced of it and wholly in the space of that we're not encroaching upon somebody else by being proud of a 365, Black type of, whatever, however we express that.
Yeah,
but I thought we put all that up.
I get what you mean.
And the other thing is I celebrate it because at least, even though I believe in 365, and I think if anybody knows me, y'all know I'm 365 Black. Like I'm always trying to wear and do whatever it is around Blackness all times of the year. But when there is a light shown upon us, with more people to me, I'm okay to play to that because then I can get your attention and like open up for a wider conversation.
Yeah.
Just because there's a light shown on us this month,
Oh yeah.
Just ideas. I don't know, but I also, I'm just trying to. I love production and I love like the green screen and I love the way that we can be super creative. We can make these things, and the tech is there and it's right in the palm of our hand. Literally, your studio is right here and I got my blue and I've got all the lights, and all the things.
No, I'm just very appreciative and happy that we get to do this every other week and we get to meet different and interesting people and talk to different people. I'm gonna get my ass back on
Clubhouse.
Thank you. On Clubhouse. Because that's definitely there and Zoom and all that, and then just get some of my newer stuff good to go. I actually ran into a comedian that we actually did stuff with. He moved to Pedro with his wife. I don't know if you remember, he was on the show, Ron Placone. And and he lives in Pedro, and we met up and stuff to talk about like possible, me helping him with possible things and stuff. And and trying to exchange information and show love and have everybody get shows and all that. And he was just because he does 40 weeks a year on the road and shit.
Wow.
And he wants me to help him with some stuff. So I'm open to all possibilities. We don't know where all these paths lead. We don't know.
Right.
Just want to put our foot in it, or put our fingers in as many. I don't even know if that's a good analogy anymore, but put our fingers in as many pies as possible.
Right.
Is what I'm trying to say.
That sounds like a delicious way to live.
That's right.
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 Fingers in
You
pies.
got 10 fingers, damn it. That's 10 pies. That's what I'm
right.
saying. But now if you're putting your toes into pies and those go in your mouth, I don't know. I can't
Yeah,
help it. That's
I wouldn't deal with that
That's
person.
too much. That's too much. Then I don't care what kind of pie you eat. That's no. We're not eating toe pie. Okay. That's just gross. That's gross. But yes.
Well, I guess we lost you. We'll have to.
I have her here, but let me see if. Let me see. Chu, are you there?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you see me? Because I look like a black box.
No.
Oh wait,
like
maybe my camera. How is it turned the wrong way?
Like the Wizard of Oz. You have a curtain.
Okay. Let's see.
There's a curtain there.
Is there a way of oh goodness. Maybe my camera's turned. It's on my phone, so I don't know if it's turned. Why am I black? I mean, I am black, but I that's a different question to ask God. But and I love being black. It's Black History Month, but this is a little bit too black. Not that there is such thing as too black. There's no such thing as too black. Anyways, okay. Let me not talk out loud while I'm thinking. Okay, I'm gonna try my computer and see if I can. If you guys can hear me perfectly though.
Yeah.
We can.
Right.
We
Okay,
I can try the computer. I don't know if you'll be able to hear me perfectly, but you'll be able to see me. One moment. All right, 1 second. Let me switch over. So I'm entering.
Okay.
Okay. So let me.
Oh. There we go.
Great.
Nice.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
It's an 8. It's a 7.
Yay.
And we can see you.
Yeah, we can see you. We love you.
Yes.
Oh, I appreciate it. Oh man, we made it, y'all. We've been through a lot together this hour.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, we've accomplished it, and I'm sorry, Jesus Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi Jesus. We're trying to connect. Damn it.
We are trying. I am trying to. That's all I was trying to do is connect. It was like that's hilarious. Oh my gosh. And we have connected, ironically enough. Even even all the. It feels very symbolic of life. Sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes you can't really hear what you want to hear because there's a bad connection, but it's exactly like life. Somehow it was like in my mind that was very profound, but it's not like life.
No, it's true. We just didn't want to interrupt because there's a little bit of a delay. But I do want to hear about this writing.
Let's tell everybody about Friday.
Yes. Okay. So on Friday, on Clubhouse, where I have a writing room. I did for the first time last week. It was incredible. Everyone was able to introduce themselves and talk about their writing process. And we're going to. It gives you an opportunity if there's something that you're working on, you want feedback. Honestly, Clubhouse is some of the most supportive, helpful feedback folks ever. So they're there for that. And then we're also going to be talking about things that are particularly important for writers. Like this week, we're going to talk about distraction because so many people, even if they don't have diagnosed ADHD, have issues with focus, distraction, getting discouraged, pausing, and how. So we're going to talk to different folks and see how they're able to navigate past that and still be productive. Because I feel like you can have any kind of challenge, we all have challenges, but how do you make sure it doesn't block you from being able to really develop and create the things you want to create? And I have a real broad definition of writing. Writing isn't using your hand and writing. Writing is anywhere where you capture your creativity, So if you use voice memos, if you doodle, if you don't write out every word, but you just do like a little outline with hieroglyphics, whatever it is, we're going to call that writing. Some people get so stuck on, I'm not clacking away on the laptop, or I'm not writing down, that they're like, oh, I'm not writing. I'm like, are you creating something? Are you creating it in a way that you're capturing it so that you can later grow and develop it? And that's all we're encouraging in this space, whatever that is. So it's a no judgment zone about how you do it, what you do it. In fact, share how you do it, and let's all create more and be our best selves. So yeah, it's so much fun. And also I want to do a shout out to Dana's room, which is almost spiritual, because today's been almost spiritual. Because I'm serious, because everyone was talking about the transition, like when me and my current, but at the time almost my ex comedy, when we were at that point, I was in other spaces, because Clubhouse has a lot of diverse spaces. You can go to places where there was weekly competitions in some places. There was more critical feedback spaces. You know, you can find your own comedy nook. And Dana curated a space that is it's the most supportive comedy space I've experienced on Clubhouse. It is a place where, whether you are a 30-year veteran, like she mentioned, or you're brand new and you've never done comedy before, you're treated with the same amount of respect, and people really navigate you with wherever you are, and you're wrapped with love and support. And it has been one of those places that has really encouraged you to like feel free to experiment, to try, to like do whatever you're gonna do, and know that people are still gonna love you, and they're really listening. Like, people really listen to folks and really give not feedback. They really try to support your material at whatever stage it is. And I always say it almost feels like a comedy ministry. It almost feels like I'm going to church. I need it for an encouragement bit, because I write all the time, but her rooms are what feeds me in my spirit when it comes to that. Because I can go there, I can go to another space where it's like, do you like me? Am I good enough? You know, all the classic comedy, you know where we are in our heads. Like, and I've heard the oxygen, but like I've been fed at first. So I definitely encourage her. But her women's room is incredible, and then she has a pro-am room. And surprisingly, that's also a place where it's a really loving space. It's a little more serious, but it's definitely still has her signature, my love is my loves. Like, she's the Yon Love comedy. Like, but my beloveds, come here, beloved. And well, not Yon Love like the later seasons where she's like tough love, but Yon Love like in the beginning when she's like, holding everyone's face, and telling you you're worthy. But,
I'm gonna take that. Yon Love comedy. I'm taking it. Yes.
No, absolutely, it's yours. But I'm telling, this is my entire mission. I feel like this is my deeper mission in life, is just to get all these. There are so many people out there who are so amazing and creative, and so much of their creativity is in their head. You know what I mean? So much of it is so like I can't even say it's unorganized. It's not even. It hasn't even been put out there yet. And there's so many things blocking that. And my ministry, so to speak, my purpose and my intention is to just encourage that no matter what. Because and I know we all go through stuff, and I know it's tough, but I feel like sometimes like God, universe, bigger things put stuff in us for the purpose of sharing and connecting and having that resonance. I feel like we are all connected as humans in ways we can't understand. And and sometimes if we can just get it out, and especially if we can get it out to a place where we can like look at it and like start moving it around, like that Tom Cruise movie. I don't know. What was that movie? Was it Minority Report? When he starts moving, he starts doing this. Like, if we could just have like, here, random thoughts, cat, dog, existential dread. We just have our, random thoughts are listed. And then you're somehow able to start putting it together in a little bit of an order and make it like pretty, maybe add a punchline. It's like, look at this thing. Look at this.
Yes.
Thing. That's what I want for everyone, because that is how I process life. That is, I don't know, it's beautiful. But that is, you guys are amazing for listening for all of that.
Of course. I'm very intrigued.
We're definitely going to have you on again. Definitely very soon. Tell everybody what you got going on, where they can catch you, where you're performing.
Okay, absolutely. All right. So if you want to follow the upcoming things I have going on, definitely follow me on Instagram at Comedy Chew, at Comedy CHU, because I will be posting shows. I'll post the writing rooms and etc. there. I might post them super last minute, so check daily, but they will be posted. And I also, one of the things I'm doing that's most exciting right now is I am working on animated sketches. I finally decided that there are so many things that represent the sort of intersectionality and the nuance of my experience just as a person that isn't represented. And I was like, who's going to make it? Me! I'm going to make it. How am I going to make, and then with like everything going on, how am I going to make it any way possible? And what's my superpower? Not being balanced. So I'm just going to go push out and make as much stuff as I can until I crash. And then I'll take a break and shift and do something else. But if you want to, like, I encourage people to do their own thing. I definitely encourage you to come to the writing room if you can, come to Dana's room if you can, and do whatever you're doing. But if you wanted to do voiceover or to give feedback for some of the stuff I'm doing, I would love for you to reach out and be part of that. Because it's very exciting and it's very new. And so definitely hit me up if that is something you're interested in. So those are the main things. Those my projects. Come on board if you want, and my shows. Follow me on Instagram and follow me. So thank y'all.
Oh yeah, we got you right there with the Instagram. I also got your the Chew Project podcast. And making sure to let everybody know they can listen to it on Anchor FM, Spotify, Apple, Google, Breaker, Overcast, Pocket, and more.
Chew, are you can people catch you on Facebook or Twitter or any of the other platforms, or is Instagram like the best place?
Instagram is the best place for now, and I get everything else pop. Even though, like, you could literally, it wouldn't, if even one person adds me on Twitter, it will increase my Twitter percentage by like 10%. I think I have like 8 or 9 people there. So
yeah, that takes a while to build.
So you will be very powerful. No, like I think Instagram is definitely my go-to social media. And if I post anything else that's interesting on any of the other platforms, I'll also post it on Instagram. So yeah.
Does anybody else have any shows coming up or anything they want to promo?
So I'm gonna say follow me, guys. I should be able to get a flyer up and get 100,000% confirmation, but I'm going to be at the Laugh Factory on Terror on Thursdays next Thursday on the 9:30 show. And so they're trying to get a flyer up, just making sure everything is all good. Like I think I got a soft medium yes, just trying to make sure it's a hard yes. But excited about that. We'll be back here. Actually, I think, let me see. So we're back on here on the 17th. So then the week after that, if there are anybody knows anybody in Vegas, I'm in Vegas on the 24th. It's a Thursday, so it's one of our off Thursdays, so I'm excited. And then we'll be back before this. I think I have a March 12th date at somewhere that I'm not familiar with. So I'm very excited because I like going new places. But I think just if anybody is, not follow me, and it's right there, IG Dana Keel, because we want to get these folks, we want to get y'all out to see me at the Laugh Factory because I'm very excited to be my debut there at the factory. So just excited about that. And just more dates to come. Also, I've got great content. I have a series on Instagram called Who Filming, Not Helping. Y'all come and check out because y'all know how it is. In this day and age where you can film everything, like I just feel like get off the sideline, help these people. And so and it was interesting. I was talking to comedian friend Bree Geiger last night, and I was like, honestly, I've always felt that way. Like even in the 70s on the news, they'd have these photographers and photojournalists taking pictures of war. I'm like, y'all know who's right. Why y'all not helping? How y'all taking pictures? So anyway, Who Filming, Not Helping. And so check out my series on Instagram, you guys. And happy Black History Month this month and throughout the year.
Victoria's like, man, don't eat.
That's my faces. I know. Someone said your faces. Anyway, I love y'all.
Did you have any shows or anything coming up, Victoria?
No, nothing. I shook my head. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, it's
continued
soon.
peace and comfort with with the dog and everything.
Yeah.
I know
Oh,
we just continued peace and comfort and continued healing,
oh,
sis.
yes. My condolences.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Nothing on this side. Just finishing the move, writing stuff, and gonna progressively dive into Clubhouse and a bunch of other open mics and get the new material where it needs to be. And because I got a lot of really dark and dirty stuff that I need to share with everyone. That's pretty much it. And we will be back not this coming up Thursday, but the Thursday after next.
17th.
And make sure to follow Comedy Chew on Instagram. We got it right there. And get on over there to Anchor FM, Spotify, wherever audio podcasts are, and get on that the Chew Project podcast. Yes. Thank you, everybody. Have a beautiful, beautiful night. Thank you so much.
Night.
Love you all.